By far, the two biggest problems I'm finding as a dating app coach is obviously bad photos. Go watch my other videos, but it's text game. So I would say 99% of men, if not more, are terrible at text game. Too logical, off the mark socially, pedestalizing, over validating, making it too sexual too early. And when I say off the mark, it's just not quite on the same wavelength as the girl, or how it should be, generally speaking, right? So I used to be that guy. My text game used to be horrendous. It was that bad, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't use dating apps because I didn't know what to send. But I had a half an idea of what was good and what was bad, and all that was coming to my mind was bad things, right? So I just never did it. Luckily, a few years ago, I had a friend who pretty much become a mentor to me for dating and text game, for the application at least, because I was very aware of all dating stuff already. And I became a mentor for him for physique, right? Because I've been huge before, if you didn't know. And he taught me a lot. And for like a year, he'd do all my text replying, but he got really, really busy, got his own business. He was starting to get annoyed with me, keep asking him. And I wasn't learning because I kept asking him. I mean, I had screenshots I could refer back to and just try and apply them to whatever new convo I was in, but they weren't always applicable, right? So in the end, he started saying to me, look, you send me, or I suggested it, either way, you send me 3 suggestions and I'll break them down for you, tell you why they're terrible, and, you know, add to them to make them better, or just alternatively give you a better reply. And I started to learn once I started doing that. I started brainstorming. So what do we do now every Tuesday inside my Discord community, Maxin? Maxin has been a community I've been running for nearly 3 years now. First, it was a beta community with just close friends. Then it was a dating WhatsApp community for 6 months or even 8 months. And now I've got a huge Discord with tons of channels in there, tons of guys, all the guys I'm coaching, and we're going all in. And we're trying to, Maxin stands for maxing out every stat. So we're trying to get better at everything: physique, dating, text game, date logistics, mindset, bedroom, you name it, AI generated pictures. There's a channel for everything, right? And every Tuesday for an hour to an hour and a half, I bring to the group call 5 screenshots, and I ask them to bring one as well. But 5's always enough. It ends up running over an hour. And I start the timer for 4 minutes, and we all sit there and come up with 3 text reply suggestions. And I go around and I hear everyone's suggestions and I break them down, why they're good, why they're bad, maybe add mine, and we discuss the theories and why, and all the potentials. You know, we're training each other to think a few steps ahead, like how are they going to read that and how are they going to be able to reply to it? What might it lead to? All these sorts of things. Because I'm a big proponent on running copy and pastas, and that's all well and good. It saves you a lot of time, and open up, a follow up, and a close. But once you get on the WhatsApp, you have to practice text game, right? You have to, or on your Instagram. You need to know a little bit, right? And you don't need to be good at text game. You simply need to be at a point where you're not sending weird shit that's going to put the girl off. It really is as simple as that. And I've spent years now brainstorming. Like when I met my girl, I would not reply to her until I thought of something good. And I was busy when I was dating her. I was busy ticket selling. It could take hours. You know, I weren't even trying to not reply for ages because she would reply instantaneously. So, you know, I could have replied, 20, 30 minutes later, but sometimes it would take me a handful of hours because I was busy and I didn't want to send something that I hadn't thought about clearly, deeply enough to make sure it wasn't weird, and it was playful and it was fun and it was illogical. So, do yourself a favour, get a good copy and pasta. We've got a great one in the community right now that I can't share, obviously, because all my followers just grab it and run with it and rinse it. But everybody's learning so well, and there's a few guys in there that are unbelievable at text game. Like last one, I had my pal King in there. Zed's going to be joining us one soon. They're amazing at text game, and it's all about just being playful, illogical, fun. You know what I mean? But the best guys at it are quick-witted, but luckily behind the phone you can be slow-witted, but still witty. That's the point. You're still going to think and come up with things, right? But you've got to keep it man to woman, not overtly sexual undertones. You don't want to get banned on Hinge. You want to use double meaning word plays. That's what really gets a girl's mind of running wild, yeah? And once you get the good photos, which I'm trying to help all you guys to do and all the clients in my community, it's then all about just getting them to the date. Yeah, and on one of the group calls recently, we were talking about, everybody has the same experience. They lose the girl, or all the girls, most of the girls drop through the funnel in between the period where they got the number to the date. Everybody goes through this. This is why I say run massive numbers. But you're going to massively increase the chance of them entering your funnel and going to a date with you. Of course, if your pictures are banging, perfect. And if your text game's pretty smooth with no errors. is so important. You're going to put a girl off so easily if you send something stupid. And I'm telling you now, you know, I've got 100 guys in my community, but, you know, I've read thousands of DMs on my Instagram from men showing me text game. And I'm telling you now, it is terrible. I'm probably not thousands, hundreds at this point, right? But I even see it in my community. It's so, you look at it and you think, listen, I was in that position before. I'm not judging them, of course. But I was there myself, and you just look at it and you cringe, right? And sometimes I still send something bad. Well, I've got a girlfriend, I don't really use it. But sometimes I do it just to show the guys in the community, right? But you need to be getting good photos, and you need to be getting good at text game. How are you going to get good at text game if you're not brainstorming and if you ain't got a group of lads to all discuss it and tell you why it's terrible? You're never going to learn, because there's no other men that can tell you it's good or bad. The girl ain't going to tell you it's good or bad. She's just going to ghost you and you ain't got a clue. So you need to start brainstorming. You need to start researching. I've researched text game my whole life. Every text game advice I've seen online is terrible. Even Playing with Fire, Todd Valentine, they're all these weird gamey guys. It isn't that great, I'm telling you. No offence to them. But my close friend and my pal King, they are seriously good at text games. So I'm fortunate to be around guys that actually have good text game that isn't weird and overly gamey. You know what I mean? It's just capitalising on decent to high interest, keeping it playful, keeping it illogical, and keeping it moving forward to the date without burning it. As simple as that.